Wo-Chien, more like... Actually, do you know what? I don't want to make fun of these names. They're really heavily Chinese language inspired, and I feel like I'd just end up sounding like a massive racist. Yeah, let's not do that today. But on that note, hey everybody, Ace Trainer Liam here, and welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between them, just for a little bit of fun. But of course, with all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to be looking at the 4 legendary treasures of ruin, which are Wo-Chien, Chien Pao, Ting-Lu and Chi-Yu. These Pokemon can be found in the Grass Wither Shrine, the Ice Wren Shrine, the Ground Light Shrine, and the Fire Scourge Shrine respectively, which can each be unlocked by removing the corresponding 8 ominous stakes spread out over Paldea's 4 provinces. Oh, and side note, make sure you take the history class at the school in Scarlet and Violet, as eventually the teacher will put the 4 shrine locations on your map, which makes life way easier. But what makes these 4 legendary Pokemon so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokedex, Wo-Chien is 1.5 meters tall and weighs 74.2 kilograms. Its Pokedex information says the grudge of a person punished for writing the king's evil deeds upon wooden tablets has clad itself in dead leaves to become a Pokemon. It drains the life force from vegetation, causing nearby forests to instantly wither and fields to turn barren. As for Chien Pao, it's 1.9 meters tall, although it could be 1.9 meters long, I reckon, like from head to tail maybe, just a thought, and it weighs 152.2 kilograms. Its Pokedex info says this Pokemon can control 100 tons of fallen snow. It plays around innocently by leaping in and out of avalanches it has caused. The hatred of those who perished by the sword long ago has clad itself in snow and become a Pokemon. Next up is Ting-Lu, who is 2.7 meters tall and weighs 699.7 kilograms. Its Pokedex information says the fear poured into an ancient ritual vessel has clad itself in rocks and dirt to become a Pokemon. It slowly brings its exceedingly heavy head down upon the ground, splitting the earth open with huge fissures that run over 160 feet deep. And finally, Chi-Yu is tiny at 0.4 meters tall and weighs 4.9 kilograms. According to the Pokedex, it controls flames burning at over 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. It casually swims through the sea of lava it creates by melting rock and sand. The envy accumulated within curved beads that sparked multiple conflicts has clad itself in fire and become a Pokemon. Appearance-wise, Wo-Chien looks like a huge snail made from a pile of leaves with wooden tablets spiraling around to make its shell. Chien Pao is a white saber-toothed cat with the broken halves of a sword for its fangs. Ting-Lu is a huge moose-like creature with a giant stone bowl for antlers, and Chi-Yu is a goldfish made of fire with beads for eyes, and it's friggin' adorable. In their shiny forms, Wo-Chien simply swaps its green coloration for red, Chien Pao swaps its white and blue coloring for brown and white, Ting-Lu becomes a bit desaturated, I guess, and Chi-Yu switches from yellow and red flames to turquoise and black flames. Now let's have a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. First up, Wo-Chien is a dual-type dark and grass Pokemon. This makes it weak to fighting, flying, poison, bug, fire, ice, and fairy, with the bug weakness being a 4x weakness. It resists ground, ghost, water, grass, electric, and dark type moves and is completely immune to psychic attacks. Chien Pao is a dual type dark and ice Pokemon, making it weak to fighting, rock, bug, steel, fire, and fairy, with its fighting weakness being a 4x weakness. Chien Pao resists ghost, ice, and dark type moves and is completely immune to psychic attacks once again. Next up, Ting-Lu is a dual type dark and ground Pokemon, making it weak to fighting, bug, water, grass, ice, and fairy type moves. It resists poison, rock, ghost, and dark type attacks and is completely immune to both electric and psychic attacks. And finally, Chi-Yu is a dual type dark and fire Pokemon, making it weak to fighting, ground, rock, and water. It resists ghost, steel, fire, grass, ice, and dark type moves, and once again is completely immune to psychic type attacks. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these legendary counterparts. Being legendary Pokemon, of course, these 4 Pokemon have great base stats. First of all, with Wo-Chien being a great specially defensive mon with base 135 special defense, not to mention its ability, Tablets of Ruin, which lowers the attack stat of all Pokemon on the field other than itself itself by 25%, which effectively adds to its physical bulk. Chien Pao, on the other hand, makes for a great glass cannon with its incredible speed and attack, which of course becomes even more powerful with its ability Sword of Ruin, in effect, which lowers the defense stat of all Pokemon on the field other than itself by 25%, meaning it can hit opponents even harder. Just, you know, keep an eye on your partner in doubles, yeah? Ting-Lu is another bulky beast, this time on the physical side, with base 125 defense and a massive base 155 HP stat. And with no 4x weaknesses, this thing is definitely a hell of a wall. Much like Wo-Chien, Ting-Lu covers for its less bulky side by having the ability Vessel of Ruin, which lowers the special attack stat of all Pokemon on the field except itself by 25%, thus further improving Ting-Lu's special bulk. And finally, you guessed it, Chi-Yu is the best special attacker of the bunch, and is also a very quick Pokemon too. It does have great special defense as well, but sadly lackluster HP. Much like Chien Pao, it's able to deal even greater damage thanks to its ability, Beads of Ruin, which I'm sure you've guessed by now lowers the special defense of all Pokemon on the field besides itself by 25%. This makes its devastating special attacks even more brutal. Just again, keep an eye on how your allies are doing when Chi-Yu's on the field, yeah? They all share the same signature move called Ruination. Don't get too excited though, because it's basically just Super Fang that can hit ghost types and can activate King's Rock. We technically already had this back in Gen 7 with the Tapu's signature move, Nature's Madness. As far as I can tell, Ruination is just Nature's Madness but a dark type version, which, given how it works, makes no difference. Now it's time for me to decide which of these 4 counterpart Pokemon I prefer, and that's a really easy one. It's your boy, Chi-Yu. What's not to love? It's an adorable goldfish, and who doesn't love goldfish, especially the ones with the big eyes like Black Moors and stuff like that. And on top of that, it's exactly what I like in a Pokemon. It's very fast and hits very, very hard, and has an ability that allows it to hit even harder. I will say, side note, I do think Chien Pao is a really cool design, and I really love Wo-Chien's design. I think it's one of the coolest snail Pokemon we've got. Sorry, Macago. And as for Ting-Lu, it's definitely there. If ever I get a hankering for a bowl and a moose, I'll come knocking, but don't wait up for me, yeah? But of course, it's not just up to me to decide which is my favorite, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do, let's see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield doing random moves that they could never possibly learn. It's time for the Metronome battle, which means it's also time from a little word from our sponsor, G Fuel. G Fuel, as you know, is a wonderful energy formula with barely any calories, zero sugar, a whole heap of wonderful flavors like the beautiful mango lemonade from Electric Shock. I'm a massive fan of the mango flavors and the lemonade flavors that G Fuel have brought out over the years, and now they've done a full-on mango lemonade. I am so friggin' happy. This is refreshing. It's lovely. Shout out to Electric Shock, who's a hell of a guy, and also just what a great idea for a flavor. My word. Well done, lad. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, go get yourself some Electric Shock, Mango Lemonade, or any of the wonderful flavors of G Fuel. Go and use code ACE to save 20% off your whole order, or if you're getting some energy tubs, you'll be able to save 30% off for the rest of December. Remember though, G Fuel is for over 18s only because it contains caffeine, and children don't need to be anywhere near caffeine. They're annoying enough as it is, and because it contains caffeine, drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. Dickhead? And just one last thing before we get into the Metronome battle, because some of you are new here, these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats, they're not holding any items, they've got neutral natures. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon gets comes from their typing, their base stats, and I guess their abilities. But other than that, everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. So here we go, it's Chien Pao versus Ting-Lu versus Wo-Chien versus Chi-Yu. We're doing it FFA style, so if whoever's the last Pokemon standing will be the one that wins the battle. Go and check out Pokemon FFAs on YouTube, they're really, really fun. And the Pokemon's position on the field has been chosen by random number generator, so if you have a problem with where any of these Pokemon are on the field, take it up with the concept of probability, I suppose. Chien Pao starts things off with Ember onto Chi-Yu for some barely damage. 5 hit points of damage, not very effective. What's Chi-Yu going for? Well, I guess at least Ember's not Raw, because Raw is going to fail because there's no teammates in the back to help out any of these Pokemon, so Raw just
just fails. Wo-Chien goes for Scorching Sands, hoping to burn the physical attacking Chien Pao there. Good amount of damage as well for a turn 1. Didn't get the burn, though. That's unfortunate for Wo-Chien. It's unfortunate for all of Chien Pao's opponents, to be honest. There's a Mega Drain, not very effective on the Grass-type Wo-Chien from Ting-Lu, so a bit of a wasted turn. Now Chien Pao's going to start off the next turn. What's it going to do? Going to go for Wrap onto Chi-Yu there. Really gunning for Chi-Yu there. The big attackers are really gunning for each other right now. So Chi-Yu is going to be damaged slowly but surely over the course of the next few turns. Goes for a Swords Dance, raising its physical attack by 2 stages, which effectively means that Chi-Yu is a big threat right now. It's got great special attack, but now it's got great physical attack as well, I guess. Wo-Chien goes for Mega Kick. It's a great hit there, bringing Chien Pao down to less than half its max HP, and now it's Ting-Lu's turn. Ting-Lu going to go for Boom Burst, bringing Chien Pao almost to 0. It's got 1 or 2 hit points left, so Chien Pao in a very, very difficult position there as we see Chi-Yu get hurt by the wrap damage. Chien Pao, though, is going to go for Lash Out onto Chi-Yu. Once again, it's really got it out for Chi-Yu there. Not very effective, though, as a Dark-type move on a Dark-type Pokemon. Chi-Yu is going to respond with Flamethrower from Chi-Yu. Oh my god. So same type attack bonus, powered up by the fact that all Pokemon's special defenses drop. Down goes Chien Pao, who's weak to fire. That was unbelievable. Chi-Yu got tired of Chien Pao's antics there. Heat Crash from Wo-Chien isn't going to do much to Ting-Lu, because Ting-Lu is absolutely massive. Absolutely weighs so much. Speaking of, Ting-Lu is going to go for Power Split and share its power with Chi-Yu, but I think that actually benefits Ting-Lu more, if I'm completely honest. Here comes Chi-Yu, though, who's going to fire back with Water Spout. I love that oxymoron there. That was great. And just a little bit of damage there to Ting-Lu, because, of course, Ting-Lu is so incredibly bulky. Now over to Wo-Chien. What's Wo-Chien going to do here? Spirit Shackle onto Ting-Lu there. And just like that, a tiny bit of chip damage there. Ting-Lu's not worried at all that it can't escape, because it's not going to want to go anywhere. It's going to stay here and, you know, try and win this battle. Ting-Lu's going to go for Cotton God. Oh my god. Ting-Lu, with its incredible defense and HP, now has +3 defense. That's basically untouchable at this point. We see Lava Plume, though, from Chi-Yu there. Super effective on Wo-Chien, puts it down to less than half its max HP, and burns it as well. Poor Wo-Chien there. And Ting-Lu is also burned. Oh, wow. So great play there by Chi-Yu to try and help itself get closer and closer to the victory. Its opponents are slowly going to get worn down by those burns. There's a Gust, bringing Ting-Lu down to less than half its max HP from Wo-Chien, and now Ting-Lu looks to fire back, and it's going to go for Feather Dance and lower the attack stat of Wo-Chien by 2 stages. So if Wo-Chien uses any physical moves now on Ting-Lu, it's basically going to do nothing to it. Wo-Chien has no hope of damaging Ting-Lu unless it uses special attacks now. And even then, it's a Ting-Lu. Here comes Chi-Yu, though, who's going to start off the next turn with Sansear Storm, but it is avoided by Ting-Lu, so Ting-Lu going to sit pretty right there. Here comes Wo-Chien now, seeing what it can do. Maybe more spread moves. It is a spread move, goes for Bulldoze, called it. So that's super effective on Chi-Yu, but of course, because its attack's been lowered 2 stages, it did barely anything apart from lower its opponent's speed. Now, Ting-Lu is going to go for a same type attack bonus Mud Shot. Not very effective on the grass type Wo-Chien, but importantly, lowers its speed. So everyone's gone down by 1 stage of speed there. Wo-Chien is put into the danger zone by that burn damage. And of course, Ting-Lu is going to take burn damage right after it. So I believe it's now over to Chi-Yu. Yep, Chi-Yu to start the next turn off. What will it do? It's going to go for Roar of Time, Shades of Dialga. Look how good the animation is. That's so nice. Down goes Ting-Lu, but we're not having 2 winners. We're not having that. Let's get these 2 onto the field and let's settle this. Let's have 1 overall winner. I know the winners don't matter in Form Fight. It's just for fun to see silly moves like a Chi-Yu using Roar of Time, but we want to see who wins. And also, it's nice to see the shinies. And if you are asking how we got the shinies, you should also be asking how we got these Pokemon to learn Metronome, silly Billy. Right, on that note, Shiny Chi-Yu is going to start things off. And it's going to go for Outrage to start things off, locking itself into 2 or 3 turns of Outrage. Guess we'll find out how many turns that is momentarily. And now over to regular Chi-Yu, whose first move of the battle is going to be Spite, which is going to fail because the other team haven't used a move yet, you silly sausage. And now Wo-Chien is ready and raring to go. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Fissure, wants to end things early, but it's avoided by Chi-Yu there. Chi-Yu survives the fissure. That was very, very scary. 30% accuracy is basically naught. Here's Tri-Attack, though, from Shiny Wo-Chien, hoping to get a status condition on the Shiny Chi-Yu, but nothing happens, of course. So there's the Outrage. And now regular Chi-Yu is going to go for Flamethrower. We know how devastating that can be from the previous battle, and down goes Shiny Wo-Chien there. Nice knowing you. Good lord. That was unreal. That flamethrower, very, very dangerous. And now we have Wo-Chien going for Light Screen. Bit late for that, mate. You could have saved your ally. So special moves are going to do half as much damage now, thanks to Wo-Chien's Light Screen. Here comes Chi-Yu. Regular Chi-Yu is going to go for Outrage now and lock itself in. We got 2 Outrages on the field now. There we go. There's the 3rd turn, I think it is, of Outrage for Shiny Chi-Yu. Shiny Chi-Yu is now confused, so that was indeed the last turn of Outrage there. So we know that 1 Chi-Yu is locked into Outrage still. Wo-Chien, though, is going to go for Roar. That we know that's going to fail from the previous battle, so that's a wasted turn. You're guaranteed to take an Outrage hit this turn. Here comes the Shiny Chi-Yu, though. It is confused, and it's going to hit itself in confusion there. That's an opportunity for Wo-Chien there. We know Outrage is happening this turn from regular Chi-Yu. It is bringing Wo-Chien closer and closer to that danger zone, though. I think that's 2 turns of Outrage now for that particular Chi-Yu. Wo-Chien's going to go for an Outrage of its own. Why don't we all use bloody Outrage? This is absolutely outrageous, lads. Mate, this is an awkward turn because Pokemon are locked into Outrage, so you don't get to see the choosing moves turn. Shiny Chi-Yu is going to ignore the confusion this turn, and it's going to go for Dragon Dance. That's kind of scary. It's going to raise its attack and its speed by 1 stage apiece. Ain't it beautiful? And now it's over to regular Chi-Yu, who's still got Outrage going on. And it's enough to take out Wo-Chien, so your winners of this Metronome battle is the correct syntax, Chi-Yu, the adorable little fish. Well done, adorable little fish. Those dirty flamethrowers. That was amazing.
So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of these 4 legendary treasures of ruin is your favorite? Is it Wo-Chien, Chien Pao, Ting-Lu, or Chi-Yu? Let me know down in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And of course, just before the video ends, I'd like to say a wonderful thank you to our beautiful Ace Trainer Ultra XL members who are Bro Metapod, Purple Dragonair, Ghost Lupin, Andros Lefay, Sin City Yeti, Mumbai Cobra, Gear Overlord, TJ the Nerd, JWat8554, Night Angel, Blue Thunder 2021, Lucas Gates, Kingly Gamer YT, and Substitute Shin Igami. Thank you so much, you lovely people, for the massive amount of support you give our channel. So that'll do it for another episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, share the video with a friend, click the join button and become a member. Remember, members can vote on what they want the next Form Fight to be. It's over on the community tab. And of course, don't miss our 12-hour Christmas live stream this Sunday. We'll be hunting all kinds of Christmassy shinies. Use code ACE for money off G Fuel, and until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.